Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the MSFC, our third race of the season. Today at the home of Klaus, the Circus Circuit. Leading us off will be the representative for the home team, FOMO of Klaus. FOMO finished in dead last in their first race of the season, but Bedlam avenged them by pulling off an incredible win at the Detroit Derby. We'll see if the veteran can keep their momentum going. Through the first sector, this is going to be the first time that we get to go off of. Through that chicane, and now the long backstretch where speeds increase big time as they head into the second half of the lap. 21.38. Not that bad of a lap seemingly, but we'll see where that time ends up. 28.71 for FOMO. And next up is the hottest team in the sport. It's the Moon Melodies, your current championship leaders, and Glaive, the winner of Iron Jungle. A red hot start for this team and for this marble. It'll be interesting to see if they can keep it up. Through the first sector, ahead by a tenth. Glaive. Oh, a bit of a hesitation there through the chicane. Didn't get through it as well as FOMO did. Let's see how it affects their time. Not much, apparently. Still ahead, just barely. Will they be able to stay in front through the third sector? Yes, just barely. Glaive takes over the top spot for now, but just barely with a 28.52. Next up, Nova of the Icy Hots. Nova, interesting. The Icy Hots are having them go back-to-back races after Nova had a very strong run at the Detroit Derby, finishing in third, and maybe they want to see if Nova can keep their momentum going and let Vertigo, who had a rather disappointing race, rest. Through the first sector, a bit back, lost about half a second. Nova looking pretty clean there through the second sector, getting some momentum down the backstretch, and it pays dividends. Gained over a second there in the second sector. Will Nova reset the top spot? Yes, and by a good margin, over a second in front of Glaive, 27.30. A phenomenal job by Nova. Next up, and who would have thought that the Camo Hiders rebranded, finding some new life so far. Hare in their first race won pole and finished in fourth, and Jinx backed them up with a solid running, finishing in sixth. And with a pretty mediocre rest of the field outside of the Moon Melodies, that's been enough. Hare, green through the first sector. Oh, but not as good as Nova there. See how much time they lose and they fall back 2/10 behind, but still not looking too shabby. Across the line, and they move into second place. 27.97. FOMO in fourth out of four, and it didn't look like that bad of a lap to me. Interesting to see. These marbles seem to have a good feel for this track. Next up is Kinesis of the Night Raid. Kinesis finished in second place at the Iron Jungle, but their teammate Magnum struggled at the Detroit Derby. We'll see if Kinesis can continue to be a one marble show today. On paper, they were definitely one of the favorites before the season started, and they're looking strong through the first sector, 4/10 ahead of Nova. Not the greatest through the chicane, but still seems to be maintaining speed. And dead even. This is going to be close. Kinesis quick through the third sector. I think they've got it. And they do with a purple third sector. Kinesis moves to the point. Now it's Black Rose, who had a very impressive first race of the season in Iron Jungle, finishing third after a pretty disappointing MSFL for them as an individual. But they've got a lot of talent. Second overall pick in the draft this past season, and I think that was for good reason. We'll see if they can continue their positive momentum But the slowest time we've seen so far, 9.38 through the first sector. Trying to salvage it. And they are! Purple through the second sector is Black Rose. This is going to be close with Kinesis. Do they have the top spot? No! 27.01. That's still good enough for second place. Is Ant of the Motown Madness, and with a tough race, although not necessarily a surprise. Sorry, Ant. Not necessarily a surprise, but a tough showing at the Iron Jungle. And I think that leads many people to question why they are here in the first place. Although looking quick in the first sector, dead even. Although a pretty poor second sector this looks like. Ant lost a lot of time there. 1.7 seconds back through the second sector. Gonna need to salvage it here at the end. It's not gonna happen. Ant slots into last place with a 29.20. Next up, a marble that fans certainly are surprised to see in the bottom half of the standings so far. The Pantheon. Icon, in spite of qualifying in 12th, dead last at the Iron Jungle, they were able to come back in the race, salvage a 5th place finish. Icon looking rather quick in the first sector. In fact, purple through the first sector. Icon lost a little bit of speed there, but still looking pretty strong. Green still through sector 2. Will Icon reset the time to beat? Yes, they will. Just barely. 26.21 takes over the top spot. Now up, probably the other team that fans are very surprised to see in the bottom half of the standings, Starry Sky. Not many had the highest hopes for Eclipse, but I'm sure many fans expected a great performance from Blink, but only got 5th place finish. What was that through the first sector? Eclipse. It looked like they completely skipped that chicane. But then stalling out in the second sector. Oh my goodness. What an opportunity squandered. Eclipse lost 4 seconds after a purple first sector. Eclipse is going to qualify in dead last so far and by a long shot. The first time we've seen in the 30s. Oh my goodness. I don't know if many marbles even thought it was possible to fit through that gap. Wow. Next up, the Iron Brotherhood. Dart raced in front of their home fans and didn't get the best performance. 2 average to below averages so far to start for the Iron Brotherhood. We'll see if they can get some momentum. Because on paper, this team, despite performing bad in the MSFL, doesn't look that bad for this competition. Dart, not too bad in the first sector, 9.59, but not looking great here in the second sector. In fact, looking pretty poor in the second sector. Lost 2 seconds there in the second sector. This is not going to happen for Dart. And will qualify second to last so far. The second time that we've seen in the 30s. 30.12 for Dart. And that is my bad. I forgot to mention it. But with that result, both Icon and Kinesis are locked in to the battle for pole. 2 teams left. First up is Hawk. And a very interesting decision by Team Fire. Hawk finished in dead last at the Detroit Derby, but having them go again. Maybe they like this track for them, and actually looking pretty solid here. Hawk lost a bit of momentum there, but still looking pretty solid overall. Just 7/10 back and looking quick here in the third sector. Hawk across the line, 27 flat, moves into third place, and Hawk by 1/100th of a second is locked into the battle for pole. With that result, Nova is bounced out of contention for the battle for pole. 1 spot up for grabs, currently held by Black Rose. Will Jinsu take it away from them? I'm sure many are surprised to see the Shadow Hunters in dead last after Such an impressive MSFL season, but not been impressive whatsoever so far. And Jinsu looking bad so far in the first sector. Trying to make up some ground. It's not going to happen though. Through the second sector, it is over. Black Rose is in to the battle for pole. A disastrous start to the season, and the nightmare continues for the Shadow Hunters. 30.29, second to last. Here we go, the 2-lap battle for pole. Icon, Kinesis, Hawk, and Black Rose. Kinesis gets the better jump off the bell heading into the chicane and takes the lead away from Icon. Icon trying to take it back through the S's, doesn't happen. Hawk fading early. Icon looks to the outside and takes it back. Hawk has fallen back big time from the rest of the field, and it looks like we're going to have a 3-mile race. 1 lap to go in the battle for pole. Hawk, as soon as I say that, is making up ground and trying to pass Black Rose for third. Kinesis has trouble getting onto the conveyor belt, and Black Rose able to get side by side with them. 1 lap to go in the battle for pole, and it seems pretty clear who's going to get it. Kinesis makes the pass for second, but Black Rose takes it back. Icon, all by themselves down the back straightaway, and this one is wraps. Icon, after qualifying dead last at the Iron Jungle, is going to qualify first at the Circus Circuit. And who's going to get second? Kinesis, what a pass! Black Rose in the final corner takes away second place. What a perfectly timed move. Black Rose will start on the front row alongside Icon.